As we've talked about, without a complete breath, it's difficult to have a complete life. It affects our physiology, it affects our structure, meaning our physical stance, our posture, and ultimately, in the yogic texts at least, they would say that it affects spirituality, our ability to access that higher part of ourselves. So, to review some of the things that we've done already, let's talk about a couple of different things. First of all is belly breathing or deep diaphragmatic breathing. Secondly is the technique that we call ujjayi or ocean breath. And third is the idea of alternate nostril breathing. So those three things comprise most of what we've done so far. And I think it's worth spending a few minutes with both. So let me get set up and we'll dive in. Ocean breath takes place in the throat. We're using the glottis or the swallowing muscles to affect a slightly smaller opening in the throat, allowing air to pass in and out a little more slowly and with a little more control. This control is incredibly important because if we're to achieve the primary goals of pranayama or breathing practice in yoga, we're looking for the longest, fullest, smoothest breath possible. And using this particular technique, it's called a valving technique, we can impact both the length, the depth, and the control over which we breathe. So, in order to do ujjayi breath, the easiest way is to practice it first with mouth open. And I often describe it initially as being like whispering. So it's actually whispering through the nose, since the technique is done with mouth closed all through the nose. And to begin, we can start with a really sort of straightforward exercise where we just do an exhale through the mouth. So if you just take an inhale in place, and then exhale, and then take an inhale through the nose, and make your exhale longer. And do it one more time. Deep inhale through the nose, full breath. Exhale. The more control we have over those muscles, the more effective the length and depth of the breath can be. So it's something that you can work on. It develops through a long period of time, through doing it frequently. But just doing that portion of it will start to reshape, to rework those muscles in the throat so that on a long-term basis you can accommodate the technique better. So then second phase of this is to do an exhale that starts in the mouth, but then about halfway through the breath we close the mouth, finish the exhale through the nose, which then establishes true ujjayi or ocean breath. So it goes like this. Inhale through the nose deep. Exhale. Close the mouth. Relax. Inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale, open mouth. Close. Again, a little longer. Inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, slow. Close. So that's the second part of this. Each of these first two that we've talked about, it's worth doing these alone for a period of time. Again, just to sort of let your body and particularly those muscles in the throat adapt to it. And then you can build on this. So third phase goes like this. Deep inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Close mouth. Keep the contraction, inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Closed mouth. Keep the contraction. Draw air to the back of the throat. Exhale, open mouth. Close. Deep inhale. Yeah, so that's the third step in this process. And then the last one, which you already know, is the full on. So if you take a full inhale through your nose, and then exhale through the nose. Ocean breath. Inhale, ocean breath. Exhale. 3 more times. And then relax. Close your eyes. And just notice how you feel. Notice on an energetic level how you feel. You might focus on the sensations in your head, in your chest, hands and arms. See if you can find a subtle sense of vibration or buzzing or tingling, maybe in the hands and arms. Maybe in the lips, which also can be sensitive. Okay. We'll move on to the next phase of this, which is the deep belly breathing. And we can then add these two, the deep belly and the ujjayi or ocean breath, and create quite a technique. Hang on. Deep abdominal breathing. Most people call it belly breath. Some people even call it yoga breath. Although I would argue that yoga breath can be a bunch of different things. But deep abdominal breathing starts with a relaxed abdomen, which is difficult for some people because they tend to hold tension, muscular tension, even tension within the viscera, within the organs of the abdominal cavity. So the first step in this really is to make sure that you're relaxed, and the easy way to do this is to get some tactile feedback by taking one hand, putting it on your belly, and then closing your eyes, relaxing in an upright, supported posture, and then just inhaling into your hand. And as you exhale, draw your belly in a little bit toward your spine, engaging your abdominal muscles. And then use ocean breath, contraction of the glottis, to slow the whole process down. Abdomen contracts, belly pulls in on the exhale. Inhale, everything relaxes. added bonus, if you wish, keep the belly contracted as you inhale. Just fill the chest first. And then relax the belly after the chest is filled. Pull the belly in. Relax the chest. Inhale into the chest, keep the belly firm. Relax the belly. Opposite. Chest softens. 3 more. And then when you're done, just relax the breath. And once again, close your eyes, notice how you feel. And in the notice how you feel section, spend a few moments just sort of exploring with your attention. All right, here's our deep abdominal breathing with the bonus, which I think you've seen before, which is called directional flow, where we're inhaling into the chest first, then relaxing the belly, exhaling by contracting the belly, relaxing the chest. There you have it. All right, then we have the technique that's called in the language Nadi Shodhana. Technically, nadis refer to energy channels running through the body. It is said there are, I think the number is 71,000 of them, or 72,000 of them. I don't know who counted, especially because they're subtle energy channels. So you can't find these by doing a dissection. They're something that is beneath the level of our ability to detect, let's say, with the naked eye or even a microscope. But nonetheless, in the yogic system, they believe they exist. And Shodhana refers to balance. So this is a technique to balance the energy of the body between its 2 primary phases, which are Brahmana, which is uplifting, energizing, creating, moving, exerting, and its opposite called Langana, which is soothing, repairing, restoring, relaxing, regenerating, that kind of thing. So we're balancing these 2 different types of energy, or qualities, I should say, of energy to become more or less equal. So the technique is done with the right hand, and in the tradition we use the right hand thumb and the right hand ring finger, folding in the, that's an index finger and the middle finger to the palm. If that doesn't work for you, that's fine. It's not necessary in order to complete this properly. If you can do this and do it comfortably, then you have a exposed right thumb, the ring finger, and the little finger. So then we take these and we use the right thumb to close the right nostril. We use the right ring finger to close the left nostril. And we move back and forth between the 2. So the technique always begins with an inhale on the left. I'm not sure why, but it does, which means we take the thumb, close the right nostril, and inhale. No ocean breath. And then exhale through the left, closing with the ring finger. Closing the left is what I meant. And then inhale through the right. And then close the right, exhale left. Inhale. Switch after the inhale. Keep going. We'll do one more round. And relax. And just notice what you feel. Pay attention again to sensations you might have in your head, your nose, in your chest, hands, arms, belly. So the idea here is 3 to 5 minutes a day is great. If you can get up to 10 minutes, that's phenomenal. And twice a day is better than once a day. And just continue to notice over time when you combine the belly breathing and this technique, Nadi Shodhana, what you find in terms of interior expression, interior sensing. So after you've done the technique, the next step that we haven't talked about is to actually set a timer, say, next to you, and just spend about 5 minutes to start following the breath. And what's going to happen is it will be hard a lot of times. Your mind is going to want to wander, and the notion is that when you notice that your mind is thinking about something else, bring it back to the breath. And do that over and over again. So you could just set the timer on your phone or something for this. And so Nadi Shodhana for 3 to 5 minutes, up to 10 if that works for you. Follow that up with 5 minutes of quiet breathing, just sitting and following your breath. It's hard. It takes people a long time to sort of settle into this, and even once you've settled into it, I've been meditating for parts of 20 years, and there are times where my mind is making me crazy. But this is our continued effort now to start retraining your mind, and that's what we're going to do over the course of the next weeks and months. So add that to your repertoire, and good luck. See you next time.